Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mouthing Off with Mike, the only wrestling podcast that you can see right here on YouTube and audio platforms. And this is not just a normal episode of Mouthing Off with Mike. No, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I like to call the MIKECAP. And ladies and gentlemen, you've been seeing me post on social media for the last few weeks that if you right here viewing this, are going to any of the John Cena final dates on the Farewell Tour, to hit me up on social media at MOWM_podcast, because the last time might be now for John Cena, but it could be your first time on the MIKECAP to celebrate John Cena. And tonight, I bring you the first installment here of the Farewell Tour MIKECAP for John Cena. Joining me here on the show tonight, he was there Monday Night Raw to bid farewell to the greatest of all time, the never seen 17 in Springfield, Massachusetts, coming to live here from you from the 8-Bit studio. That is my main man. That is Rick 8-Bit. Rick, how the hell are you here tonight? And welcome.
I'm feeling good.
Rick, it is great to see you. And I do have to, before we do start talking about Monday Night Raw, Springfield, Massachusetts, John Cena, and all of the fun that you guys had Monday night, I do want to give you credit. This is kind of you kind of pulled the puppet strings. It kind of motivated me to put this series together. So thank you, Rick. And make sure you guys subscribe and show love to Rick. His social media is right here on the screen for you. Rick, seriously, great idea, man. And it's even better that you get to kick us off on the MIKECAP, on the Farewell Tour for John Cena, man. Thank you so much.
Hey, I appreciate it. I mean, it was, I figured this was you need a good platform, and everyone has their Cena stories. Everyone has their Raw watch-alongs and recaps, but no one brings it together. And I think it's about time we actually all share our stories and our experiences this year. I mean, because if you had a chance, and this probably was, I've been attending wrestling events for 25. I've been a fan for 25 years. I think I've been going to shows for maybe 15 to 20. I cannot describe what that feeling was last night. Honestly, I mean, before we started, I told him, like, when The Rock does the goosebumps, oh yeah, and chills. Oh. Last night, my hair was standing up. I had goosebumps. I was shaking when he came out. And I can't describe that. I've never, ever had that happen before. And it was just so real. And even watching some of the videos of him talking, it just right away. I cannot not describe the feeling.
I mean, I think it's a feeling that only way to, understand it and to know kind of what Rick is talking about is to have seen, a John Cena final, tour date on this tour up to this point, from going back to WrestleMania to now. So I believe that, Rick. Kind of getting into it, we know that this was it for John in Springfield, Massachusetts, and it is a place that you hold near and dear to your heart, as well as does John Cena, of course. So tell me a little bit about the history, as faith would have it, for you when it comes to Springfield and the venue last night for Monday Night Raw.
So John Cena, class of, I want to say 1999. Well, I was a class of 2010, so a little bit of a gap there. But definitely interesting. I mean, if you look at the shirt, um, it actually mimics the Springfield College logo. It has the colors of our school. It has the triangle. Fun fact: Springfield College is actually where the YMCA started. Hence why it has the triangle on the logo. Hence why if you go to a YMCA, it has that triangle. So connection there, I'm spitting facts and history here. And also, if you look at the lettering where it says hustle, loyalty, respect, that actually is on the Springfield College logo, which I sent you. It says spirit, mind, and body. So the fact that they incorporate all of this into that, even has his number 54 on it. When he was defensive lineman, I mean, it just brings so much together.
That was the big thing that a lot of people were questioning Monday night on Monday Night Raw. What was the significance of the 54? All these years, after all these years, people still did not know that John Cena once played football in college, and his number was in fact 54, which I thought was a great little kind of Easter egg that we haven't
Yeah.
seen on any of the other jerseys, John Cena Farewell Tour jerseys or graphics. It was live and proud, and I loved it. I thought it looked, as of now, I would say it's probably top 5 designs because it was just very similar to its source material with Springfield College. Rick, going back to Springfield for this show on Monday Night Raw, I know it was a trip for you and Mark. How did that feel going back up there after all these years, and you get to see one of the greatest, if not the greatest ever, do it, finish his final career, final date at that very venue for you?
I can't describe it. I really can't. I mean, I drove through the campus before I got there. I mean, the campus to where the arena is, I think, was only close to 2 miles. Like, that's how close it was. So it's not like, we're East from West Newbury and, in Boston, the arena. I mean, this was 2 miles. Just think of the spots around you where it's 2 miles away. That's how close that was. So this is like it hits close to home. When I drove through the campus, they actually had a couple WWE tour buses there. Or not the buses, the trucks with production. And it's just crazy to see. I mean, since he ended 99 and I started 06, I could tell you this: when he was there, the gym itself was this tiny, tiny gym that would make Planet Fitness look like it's, the best gym in the world. It was in the basement of what they call the townhouses. It wasn't even this. I graduated, they actually built a full gym and everything. But to see where he came from and knowing how that school was, it's absolutely incredible.
I love it, man. And is this the same arena that you graduated in? Very same arena?
So the arena I sent you the photo of, that's where they do the basketball games and everything. So that's like our campus arena, but that arena is home of the Springfield Thunderbirds. So when Cena came out, he said the Simpsons live here,
Yeah.
and I know this for a fact. The Springfield Thunderbirds every year, because they're a AHL team, they do different themes, and they always have a Springfield Simpsons inspired logo. And hearing him say that, he had to actually see something in that backstage. But they do like a full logo where it looks like a donut or something, or it'll have like the Thunderbird head with like 3 different eyes or something. So the fact that he did that too as a nod, if you didn't know, you're like, oh, he's just talking to Springfield. But no, that team every year has their own weekend where they're, based off the Simpsons.
That's so funny. I did catch that in the I thought he was just making a reference, Springfield, Massachusetts,
Yeah.
Springfield for the Simpsons. So I love that. Once again, not only did you get hit with some incredible facts here regarding the YMCA, the birthplace, as well as now you just got hit with the fun fact that sometimes they do some Simpsons branding. I love it, Rick. So take me through that day. All right. So you drive on up to Massachusetts. You get there for Monday Night Raw. You get there pretty early. I know that they were doing a lot of different events. Did you get to go to any of like the block party stuff that they were doing that afternoon or any of that?
Yeah, so they had it was like the Springfield like jam, slam jam was I think what they were calling it. So it was right outside the arena. There's a street they converted to like events. And it was great because they had the WWE merch truck there, and you can actually get stuff before the show, which I love. So fun fact, I was treating Mork for his birthday because for my birthday, he took me to MSG for Raw. So we traded off on experiences there. And luckily, when we went to MSG, we got there so early. We got in, we were maybe some of the first, I would say 30 to 50 people in the merch line. So we're able to get the merch and go to our seats. But then that merch line never died down. Like if you went to the bathroom or something, you saw it was just the same length or even longer. So this was great. We got our stuff way before. I got the program and everything. I'm like, I could put it in my car. I don't have to worry about, if you're in a seat or something, you got to worry about picking up your stuff so people don't step on it and everything. So it was just a nice thing where you could just put it there. And it was so early. I mean, they had a couple food options. They weren't the best. So we were still able to get food. But knowing the doors opened, I think right around 5:30, I want to say, or 5:30 or 6. So we didn't have to worry about food. We didn't have to worry about merch. It was nice to just go get there, and we were fine. And we had a very interesting seat situation.
Yeah, I did see some things here from you guys last night. So tell the people, like, the seat situation, some drama
So,
unfolding in the section.
so when first they announced tickets for this Raw, I jumped on, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh man, like the only things available are expensive. They're way down below. So they were making tickets available in like blocks and certain things. So I was able to get upper. It's a small arena. I mean, TV did it justice. This was a tiny arena that on regular basis would never host a Raw, and it probably will never host one again for a TV, just because I can see an NXT, I don't see a SmackDown or a Raw show. So we got her, I put in for 2 tickets. So we go there, and there's tarps on it. So I'm like, section 5, and the guy's like, there. I'm like, well, our seats are tarped off. He's like, all right, go see that guy in the red. So we go down, I show him the seats. He goes up to double check. He's like, yeah, they're tarped off. Go see that. Go to section 8. All right. So I go to section 8. Before I go up there, I'm like, let me just double check, like everyone's on the same thing. He's like, yeah, go to section 8, anything P or above. So we go to section 8, and it's directly behind the hard cam.
That's not bad.
No,
That's not bad at all. I mean,
that's
I'm
an
not mad at
upgrade.
that at all. That's an upgrade, yeah. So wow. So that okay, that works out. All right. So you guys get these great seats, and some of the footage that I'm gonna be able to showcase here for the people as we're talking about everything is incredible. Tonight, this Monday night.
Celebrating with each and every one of you tonight in Springfield.
Was unique, not an 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time start, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Did that throw you guys off a little bit with that hour early start?
I wouldn't say it threw us off. I will say I did notice, like when we went to Raw at Madison Square Garden, at a certain time, people were just taking their kids and leaving. So with it being an earlier start, you really didn't see a lot of people taking off, which was nice. So it really kept the fans in the arena. And with that arena, I hate to say this, but you have a couple people leave, it's going to be very noticeable on camera. So that did work out. And also, I was talking to you before. This setup was nothing I've ever seen before, and some people might have seen. They had to almost rig everything themselves. So this arena, I mean, in the banners, you're talking 1960. They have banners from when they won. We're in 2025. That's quite a long time. So they had to have almost their own electrical. So they had, by the stage, some people could see it goes straight up. Then they would have their own rig just to carry the cables to the lights around the ring.
That's crazy, man. I mean, looking at it on TV Monday night, you guys definitely look like a small arena. Like that was a very in your house type of vibe for
Yeah.
sure. Very NXT. I'm pretty sure a lot of the NXT shows that they run happen at that very arena too. So I'm not surprised that you mentioned that it would have been a good NXT venue. Okay, so that's interesting. Any good dark matches that you guys got that we never we heard about this week? Main events.
So,
we don't do speed anymore, right? So that's kind of
no,
getting.
there's no speed. So it was American Made versus like American Alpha, but it was mixed tag. So you had the girls involved too. So that was definitely interesting.
So what was it? What's her name? Oh my gosh, what's her name? Maxine Dupree and Otis versus Ivy and Brutus.
No, it was 6-man.
Oh, so okay, all right. So six person intergender tag team match. All right, who won that one?
Who do you think?
I was gonna say the Alpha Academy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Shush. Maxine Dupree.
And then they had main event, of course. And I don't know if you saw in the message, but when I was driving up 91 and I saw a guy, I'm like, you notice passengers? I'm like, man, that guy, honestly, I swear looks like Rusev. But I'm driving. Okay, I'm not paying attention. But like, you notice things. So I'm like, okay, this car's going like the speed limit. It has Florida plates. I'm like, this is too noticeable. Because you're on the highway where the speed limit's like 65. So you're either having people doing 60 or 75 plus.
Yeah.
Like, there's no in between. Like, this person's driving speed limit, middle of the highway, and it looked like he was sleeping. Like, I'm like, no, this it looked like him. And then I ended up getting in another lane, and it wasn't like a person who was like part of the crew driving. So I don't know if it was a driver and he was back to keep out of sight, but I'm 85 to 9% certain that was him on the highway.
So you're driving alongside Rusev headed to the show?
And it was funny because like people were chanting like Rusev Day, and because it's small enough, he would be like, they could hear the chants last night. Like every single chant, the fans, they could hear when they were on the mic. And he was going, no more Rusev Day.
I love it. So you guys had a pretty solid Raw, kind of looking at everything. John Cena kicks off the show, and he talks a lot about Brock Lesnar. That match is Saturday night, Indianapolis, Indiana, Gainbridge Fieldhouse, WrestlePalooza on ESPN for $35 a month. How does it feel going into that show, knowing that this is the final time you're going to see him, and you get this? He's the first person you have to see, and that's it. This is your first and last time you're going to see Cena, and he's kicking off the show to end everything.
So it built because everyone knows Cena's starting. So it starts. It's not like it's small. So I didn't think there would be pyro, but. So it's like, all right, it's going to start. All right, they're showing the clips of last week, and then they're showing the entrances, and then they turn off the entrances. So like the crowd built, and I sent it to you where, right before it was, they were loud, Cena, and when his music hit, like goosebumps. The whole building was shaking. I mean. I can't, like I said, I can't describe it. I honestly can't. And it's like a feeling I will always remember. And I could go back and watch the video and I still am going to get the feeling. It's incredible.
You guys came loud and proud across TV. You could tell you guys were, what you paid to see. You know who you paid to see the price of admission for. And it definitely was John Cena. Overall, with the John Cena Farewell Tour, we know your tag team partner, Mark, booking like a Mark. He's been very vocal about the Cena retirement tour, that it was executed poorly. Do you forget the poor execution after Monday night and seeing him live, or does that still linger in the back of your mind?
I think this memory from attending, this is what I'm going to remember. I'm not going to remember the heel run. I'm not going to remember if he beats Brock Lesnar at WrestlePalooza or Palooza, whatever they're going to call it. I'm going to remember Monday night. And I mean, I had the privilege of going to the Raw of before WrestleMania when Undertaker was last undefeated. That's still in my mind. So there's certain events you'll go to that stay in your head forever. this is one of those nights, and I could literally just picture it. And it doesn't matter now. This is I mean, look, I got the shirt. I don't usually buy shirts. I don't buy merch. I mean, anytime I go to a place, I usually just get the program. This, I literally got the shirt specifically for it. So I mean, going into it, like I had some butterflies. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. This is crazy. And then it happens. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. Like I'm getting goosebumps talking about it right now.
I love it, dude. I love it. This is exactly what we wanted when it came to, you know, celebrating John Cena and just talking about it. You know, and you heard me say his name earlier, booking like a mark, and this video wouldn't be the same if I didn't have a mark left on this video to talk about the John Cena retirement tour and the farewell tour last Monday night in Springfield,
The
Massachusetts.
last time is now. Eric and I went to Springfield, Mass. to check out John Cena's final appearance in that arena, the Mass Mutual Center. Now, I got to tell you, we went to Madison Square Garden earlier this year. It was right after Cena had turned heel. And the energy level in Madison Square Garden, a venue that holds 18,500 people, that venue, great atmosphere, road to WrestleMania. But the Mass Mutual Center in Springfield, only 8,300 people. That's the capacity in that venue. And it felt louder and more electric than the mecca of sports entertainment, MSG. That was the feeling. I had goosebumps for the very first time at a wrestling event. And Eric and I have been watching wrestling. We're celebrating our 25th year this year. We started in the year 2000 with the Attitude Era, which means we saw so much of John Cena's career. From the parking lot brawl with Eddie Guerrero to the face of the company. We saw him on pay-per-view posters. We've seen him in movies. We've seen him as the last real champion. And I got to tell you, Mike, it was incredible. And it is a moment I will remember for the rest of my life. Now, we've talked a couple of times back and forth behind the scenes about sometimes we lose our love for the WWE a little bit. Maybe they make a political decision we're not a fan of. Maybe they release a certain superstar. But like I've told you, every so often there's a moment that pulls you right back in. And that moment reminded me why I love professional wrestling and why I will be a fan of the WWE for the rest of my life. For Cena, the last time was now. But for Eric, for me, the journey continues. And I'm honored that you had us on the show so that we could show you some of our behind-the-scenes footage so we can make content together, because WWE has given us great entertainment, but it's also helped us build our community with guys like you making great content, and we are proud, very proud, to be a part of it. So thank you very much, brother, and I'll see you on the other side.
Mark has to leave his mark on everything when it comes to professional wrestling. So thank you, Mark, for sharing some insights into his experience at Springfield, Massachusetts for Monday Night Raw for the John Cena Farewell Tour. Rick, we talked a lot about goosebumps. You know, my hairs are starting to stand up at attention. You mentioned that this is going to be one of the highlights for you of the John Cena retirement tour and one of the things that stands out to you. Now, I asked this question kind of as a way to send us home. We have 6 dates left. There are 6 dates remaining on the John Cena Farewell Tour. Rick, what does that look like to you? And how do you think we're going to feel when we hit December at Saturday night's main event and the curtains roll?
You know, I can't tell when they announced everything, Mark and I did our own predictions a year in advance. And I actually felt like he would. Well, at first I called it being Boston, and it's going to be a little bit lower Washington, D.C. Well, that's besides the point. I always felt like it would be good if he went Grand Slam, and I would love it if he beats Dirty Dom for the IC title at Saturday night's main event. That way you could still have something big for your heavyweight title. Or honestly, with that Saturday night's main event, you could just have that be the only match on the card, because that's the only match people are going to remember. So do a nice build up and everything, and have him win and have him be a Grand Slam champion.
I hope it happens, man. That's the one title so far that has eluded John in his illustrious 23-year career. We have some obviously big dates on that tour. I do agree. I think Saturday night's main event, that final date, should be dedicated to John Cena, and there should be one match on that show. And if it's Dom versus Cena for the IC title, hell yeah. It has been great to hear Rick and Mark's experience here in Springfield, Massachusetts for John Cena's final time in Massachusetts. Rick, before we end the show here, anything you want to get off and talk about John Cena? Plug yourself. Let the people know.
Thank you for having me. I hope other people are inspired to share their experiences with this. I mean, there's still, as of this recording, there's still Boston, New York, Washington, D.C., San Diego. I mean, there's some big spots. Even if you're not from exactly that area, if you're flying in, I mean, the people walking in last night behind us, first time attending events. I mean, so people are still growing, and people are watching this awesome channel and finding out more stuff. So, if you got a chance and experience, and once you watch Cena live, you know the feeling I'm talking about, come see Mike. Let's talk about it. But
that's it, man.
I'm looking forward. I'm going to do the picks a little bit different because, that's Saturday. And then every Thursday I'll be dropping on my YouTube channel my pick for the Thursday night game using Tecmo Super Bowl. So that's my NFL season, and that's what's going on.
I love it, man. Much love to Rick. Seriously, you got to thank him for coming up with this idea and motivating me and pushing me in the right direction. Turn the old camera on and start flapping the gums here and talk some professional wrestling. You heard the man. If you are attending any of the John Cena final tour dates, I'll put them up here on the screen for you for your viewing pleasure. San Diego, Boston, the Garden. We've got other dates in other places. Indianapolis for WrestlePalooza is another one. Brock Lesnar match. We might already have someone lined up for that. So stay tuned to my socials at MOWM_podcast. Stay tuned to Rick's socials right there on the screen. Go subscribe to his channel. Go show love to him and Mark. Stay tuned for their predictions for WrestlePalooza, as well as mine, more than likely. Rick, thank you so much. To all of you for viewing, thanks for hanging out with us. And drop your favorite John Cena memory here in the comments so we can all celebrate the never seen 17. Peace out, guys.
Now they off with Mike. Now they off with Mike. Now they off with Mike.